Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door Shutter coming back to you with episode 14 of FTB Skies, and today we have the pneumatic or whatever pneumatic dynamos all done here. And I did use laser IO at the end of the day to actually run the sequential fabricators. I have no ender chest. Everything is actually being run off of laser IO from the sequentials, and also power is being run from downstairs to these as well. So everything's powered, everything is running, and you can see we're actually full on basically everything, which is fantastic. And you can see that most of these have roughly 28,000, a little bit more on some cases, but that's all right. So we've got power. I've also went ahead and I've got a component for each one of these. So now these produce 160 RF a tick with 110% fuel efficiency, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, the next thing is starting to move towards refined storage, which is going to be interesting because we're going to have to be using Certus Quartz, which means that we need enrichment chambers, which I have one right here, I think, right? I have this enrichment chamber, and I want to make this into an enrichment factory, and probably get some shenanigans going on, probably behind that, or maybe to the left here, actually, so we can actually start getting tons and tons of Certus Quartz, because we do have tons and tons of Certus Quartz Dust. We almost have 100,000 Certus Quartz Dust. So I'm not afraid to start looking at getting a lot of this converted. And if I need to, I'm pretty sure this is the system that's running to get Certus Quartz Dust. I could always expand it. And another thing, I never mentioned this, but you don't have to put pedestals like right here. You can put them on any side of the block as long as it's the same block that's actually needed to material generate. So in theory, I could put one there, one there, one there, and I could go crazy with this. Even put one here. That's actually what I did with the netherrack one. I don't know if I even showed you guys this, or the soul sand one, is I have these on the bottom side because I don't have space on the top. So you could, in theory, double this with these top ones, and you could have double the input, double the output, basically. Um, and if I wanted to, I could actually add, have the 4 extra sieves on these, or the sifters, and just remove these cogwheels, and it would probably work pretty much the same. So let's look at getting an enrichment factory here. So I know that this is the basic one. I think I have a whole bunch of goodies in this bag. Yes, this bag is getting fuller and fuller each episode. I thought I had more, but apparently... Oh, yes, right here. Fantastic. Let's see. So I don't know how far we'll go with this today, but we'll see. So recipe, or no, use. So if we just do this, this, I believe it was this, and then this, or was it this? Okay, so there's the basic version, and we just need some osmium. Where's my osmium? Right there. So to make another tier, we need osmium, which requires advanced. Okay, so we can grab a couple of those, which gives us an advanced one. And then this is, of course, way more expensive, and not something we have access to currently, but let's go plop this bad boy downstairs here. And I'm going to just power it with the flux point. So I think we'll place this 1, 2, right here. Okay, shut doors network, bypass, all of that jazz. Place this right here, and we'll do auto sort on. Okay, and we can just grab a few stacks of these, right? And the cool thing about these enriching factories, if you do not know, is that it will process all of these items in every slot like it's just operating like one. So no matter what, as long as these bottom slots aren't full, this is always going to run. And it's kind of fantastic. So for example, if you wanted to smelt, because there's a smeltery one like this, I don't even know what it's called in Mechanism. Furnace? Smelter, I think? It's something. Yeah, right here. So energized smelter, there's the factory one, so this would be a really cool thing to, you know, smelt glass, you know, whatever you need basically. Anything that could be furnaced, right? So this is going to run. How do we speed this thing up, right? So we need speed upgrades and energy upgrades. And to get energy upgrades, as long as they're not changed, we actually need crushed gold, I believe. Let's bookmark this. So yes, we need crushed gold. And I believe we only can have 8 of these. If I'm not mistaken, 8 of these in the machine. Okay, it doesn't even tell you on here. But I'm pretty sure it's 8. So let's get some crushed up gold. Which over here, we have a crusher. So we'll quickly toss some of that in there. And then an energy upgrade actually requires crushed osmium. Or not an energy one, a speed one. A speed upgrade. Cost osmium. Yes, okay. So we need to crush up some osmium as well to actually get the the speed ones. Man, I can't keep them straight. Right, let me get some of those so we can actually get this thing faster. And I'm probably going to make 1, 2, 3, 4. I have just 4 right here. Maybe 5. And just have this line basically be... I mean, we could use this because there's no filter on this. What's filtering it is the counting upgrades downstairs. So we could just have the laser IO have like a chest or something pumping Certus Quartz Dust into all of this stuff. I don't know. That's an option, but I'll be right back. Let's quickly make an inventory checker here. One of the things that I've never liked about functional storage is the fact that it's not very functional when it comes to redstone. For example, if I put a comparator here, you'll see that it lights up. But that's because I have a redstone upgrade in here. Redstone upgrades basically do nothing. I'm not gonna lie. It always outputs 15. Every time. This basically asks, hey, is there items in here? Like, is there an actual set item? If there is, set a signal. I don't really care what the how many's in there. I just care, you know, about one little thing, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to use this inventory checker. Let's make sure we get this in the right direction. I'm going to put this away real quick. Okay, and we got that in the wrong direction, but we'll just rotate this here. And we'll want to grab a laser node here. Let's actually go grab redstone upgrade. Laser IO is going to be very, very useful. And it probably would have been a good idea to get a lot of this stuff done with laser IO. I mean, I could totally do that in the future. I'm not really afraid to do that. And I actually grabbed the wrong thing, didn't I? I just made a laser node for some reason. I actually need 2 of these. But yeah, functional storage definitely needs a way to tell how many items are in the drawer. I believe storage drawers actually does, but this one doesn't. So this would be input, and we want this on the up direction. Okay. And then what I want to do is on these, I want to set... I'll need to make more redstone cards, but I'll do output strong there. And we'll say normal, I believe. And we'll come downstairs here. This should be outputting, right? So what I want to do is I want to say if it has 10,000 Certus Quartz. Nope, we want this on slot 0. Ignore. And we'll do 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 10,000. Okay. And I don't think we can invert this signal, which is kind of annoying. But what we should be able to do actually here is say inverted. Okay. And we should now be able to take the configuration card. Shift right click there, right click, and right click. And we'll see if we take this out, this should not run, right? Because in theory, this is full. So if I come down here and I say I want 20,000, this should run. No? Oh, well, actually, it won't do anything because I haven't connected this. So that normal. Okay, so normal's fine. All right. And then if I come downstairs and I say I only want 10,000, that should seize this machine. No, it's actually doing absolutely nothing. You remember a minute ago whenever I said that the redstone thing on this just outputs a signal constantly no matter what? Can you guess what was happening? It was outputting a signal no matter what. So now I've disabled that. If we put 20,000, this is running. Okay? So now if I come back down here and I say we want 15,000, this should stop running. Okay? So the problem was just the fact that it was powering everything. So I took out the redstone upgrade, and all of this should be fine now if we shift right click, make sure we copy this all. Let me get some redstone upgrades, and I'll put them into the rest of these so we can actually get this system completed. All right, so this system is done, and I'm going to quickly talk about what this actually is, because I haven't really explained what I did with the laser IO stuff. So these are all set on to input-output on the top, and what that means is on the down direction, we're getting Certus Quartz Dust, and then we're pulling out whatever is available to be pulled out. And since the only storage on this line is this, and this is only insert, or extract actually, nothing can go up here, right? So that's good. So that way we are receiving power, we're receiving the actual Certus Quartz Dust, and then everything is pulled out of the top of this machine into this drawer. And then, of course, on the bottom, we have the redstone signal that is checking to see how many items are in this drawer. If there's below 15,000, then we're going to kick all these machines on. But most of these will completely and utterly output whenever there's space in here. So we should never really have this turn on for a little bit, but that is fantastic. The next thing that we want to look at is a charger. So we want to look at this, which is iron and copper. Nothing too expensive. Let's grab 5 of those. Okay, so iron. Let me actually quickly empty out my inventory. Iron and then copper. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're actually going to quickly make a few more things. Let me be right back. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is get an AE2 Charger thing. I don't know if I actually need these 100%. Let's actually look. So Flux crystals. Okay, yes. So we need refined storage cables need Flux crystals. That's what I thought. So we're going to grab some charged ones, which we're just going to grab 5 chargers here. We're going to put a drawer at the end. So we're going to kind of copy the layout of this here. And then we're going to go laser nodes here. Oh, no, not that. Let's get those out of here. All right. And we're just going to go down. And I probably... How do I want to do this? Because I want to extract out of here. But then if I connect that, it's going to connect all of these lines. So I'm going to have to do different colors here. So down, extract, channel 1. Okay, and remember this is redstone channel. I'm not changing redstone channel. So extract, overclockers, this there. And then down, we want actually all of these. So down, channel 1, insert, down, channel 1, insert. Oop, didn't mean to click that. And we'll just do that for all of these. Most important thing is making sure we're on the down direction. And if this doesn't go in, we can definitely configure it to go into a different side with this default button here. So that's pretty cool. If we need to use that, we can. Okay. And then connect here to here. So you can see that everything is went in. Perfect. Save on using that and just do this. I guess I will. Don't know why I didn't run laser IO for all of that, but that's okay. Alright. So those all should be powered. Keyword should be. Right? These don't need anything else. I don't think. Do these need an energy acceptor? No. No, I know what's happening. Hold on. It's because I haven't done that. And in doing that, I also need to grab one of these so we can actually get enough power over there. Fantastic. So the next thing we want to do is on the down direction. We're actually going to need to make some filters here. Hold on. So let's go basic filter. We need some iron bars. Just grab 2 sets of those. All right. And then on the down direction, we want to change the color to purple. I think that's purple. I'm not colorblind, I swear. Sometimes I just forget the name of colors, you know? Probably. And also this, yeah, this is extract. I don't think we really need to overclock these, but I just need to make sure they're all in extract mode. So down here, extract, put this there, put that there, and then make sure we're actually saying deny. All right, and then that last thing we're going to do is do an insert of that. Okay, why did you just get blaze powder in you? Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to take this off. It's because it's connected to this line. That's why. But it means I have a backflow of something somewhere. That's okay. Let's go up here. Let me clear this out and I'll be right back. Okay. So I've just placed this down. The next thing I want to do is actually lock this. And make sure this one behind me is locked as well. And we'll actually grab a linking tool, which should be linked there. Nope, can I not? So these are both linked to that drawer system, which is fantastic. The next thing we can do is this to this. Everything should start firing. Okay? And that is just automated charged Certus Quartz. Okay? Fantastic. So we've automated Certus Quartz. We've automated charged Certus Quartz. I think the next thing we want to kind of do is probably look at potentially getting Flux crystals automated. And totally, by the way, this is not usually something people do before they get into AE2 or refined storage. This is just how I'm going to do it this season. We're basically going to go into this so prepared that we should be able to fly through it. That's kind of my end goal here. And also, we have like 95,000 Certus Quartz Dust, so I'm not really too worried about this. And I'm not going to... I guess I could upgrade this with a copper upgrade, just so we have 16,000 charged. But remember, the actual functional storage upgrades are not that cheap either. Like, I mean, yes, they're cheap because we have infinite resources, but they're not cheap as in the way of, like, making them quickly. Because you do need quite a lot of wood just to really make one, but you also need quite a lot of, like, gold, copper, diamonds at the end of the day as well if you want to upgrade the upgrade. Alright, let's just do that. But yeah, we'll just grab one of these. Let's grab a couple. But we're only going to put one on this. Okay. And that there. So that'll be 16,000 now. The next thing is I'm going to repeat the inventory inventory checker on this one as well. So that way we can cease operation whenever we don't need anymore. But I'm not even sure if we could do that even. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. So maybe I can turn off... I don't even know. What would I do here? I guess just kind of let it... No, because the problem is, and the reason why I like to do inventory checkers and redstone things for turning things on and off is at the end of the day, if you grab a refined storage system or an AE2 system and this stuff is connected and you pull something out, and this, for example, pulls out this Certus Quartz stack and puts it in here while you're crafting a whole bunch of stuff, and then you put several stacks back in, those stacks are going to go into your drawer, into your disks, right? So if you're starting off and you do that several times, you're just going to stockpile a whole bunch of stuff that you have in drawers or stored somewhere else, and it's just going to pile onto your system. Okay, so I always like placing safeguards. It's always something I personally enjoy doing, trying to figure out how to do it. But I don't 100% know how we're going to go about this one because these don't respond to redstone signals. I wish they did. I really do. Is there a way to turn this off? So you have a redstone signal. So if I turn that on high... No? Okay, so if it's on a low redstone signal, it won't send anything. So how could I use that for that purpose? Let me do some diving. Let me do some exploration on this topic, and I'm gonna see because I'm gonna grab an inventory checker. We're gonna do the exact same type of thing, but I need to see if we can shut that one off. Because if we can shut that off, that means that it'll always seize up, right? And also, the inventory checker, make sure you always shoot lower. Because, for example, how this is 16,000, that means it has like almost 1,400 before it ever turns back on, which means that you have that buffer of taking items out, taking items in. So I'm going to do that. Let me be right back. So I think this will work. So what I've done is actually didn't put a redstone upgrade in here. If I change this to channel 1, which I'm doing intentionally because we have 2 redstone channels working here, so changing this is needed. But we have this on low, and then down here, we just have this set up just like the other one. So it needs 10,000. We actually probably need to go grab... This isn't actually required, by the way, having the item in there. It is just kind of just habit of mine to keep an item in this slot. So you can kind of tell. And this is, of course, slot 0 on that drawer. You can see 10,000. We don't have that yet. So if I set this to 200, we have a strong redstone signal, which means that we come up here. You can see that that light is dimmer, which means that it is no longer functioning. So it will not pull anything out. That is absolutely fantastic. That is a good way to automate this. And I'm actually quite happy that we're able to do that so quickly. But yeah, so we'll do 10,000, not too much. And we also got a quest here, which is more Certus Quartz, which, whoops, I dropped. And so now we need Flux crystals. So Flux crystals aren't hard to automate. Not really. All you need to do is drop redstone, quartz, and charge Certus Quartz. And that'll give you, I believe, 2? Yes, 2. 2 of the Flux crystals. So, in theory, all we need to do is just drop that however many times. And then have that in a drawer, inventory checker, shut the whole thing off whenever you have 2,000 pieces. 4,000 pieces, somewhere around there. 4,000 pieces would only be 2,000 charged Certus Quartz, 2,000 redstone, and 2,000 nether quartz, which we have plenty of all of those. So I think what we'll do is this system's going to be a bit different. I don't know where I want to put this. I might want to just put this right here. And we'd need to have, I guess we'd have to have a trough, right? Put the water right here. Okay. And then we kind of need some glass. I'm kind of spitballing here. I've got no idea what I'm doing just yet. And we'd need to have like an item, the demagnetization coil over here as well. Let's quickly grab one of those. So I need this, this, and this. The reason you need a demagnetization coil is because I have a magnet. So if I'm over here, it will actually pick everything up. So I need to make sure that that doesn't happen. And I think what I could actually do is come to the bottom side of this. Let's see. I think right about here is the bottom. One of the things that I've never liked about demagnetization coil is the fact that you can't see the actual area. I mean, you can see it, but you can't see it, right? If that makes any sense. What I mean, like, you can't set it. Because I would love to be able to actually set this to be able to be seen until I turn it off, right? But that should work. Okay. The next thing I want is a dropper. We don't really need any fancy droppers. If we encase this, there's no chance of it dropping anywhere else. So I'm not really concerned. So I know we'd need a dropper. We need a counting upgrade. So we only drop, say, like 5 at a time, maybe. Okay. I think I'm going to think about this one. And I'll come back next episode to get this done. But we have 2 very, very important things automated. Okay? The next thing, Flux crystals. Not that hard. It's not going to be hard to think about. I just need to make sure that I know what I'm doing before I get into this. Like these, I knew what I was kind of getting into. Flux crystals, I don't really ever automate the Flux crystals half the time. But we're going to this time. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!